everyone, my name is Aisha Doggett, and I just wanted to share some things with you today that God has revealed to me. It's a rainy, cozy day here in Florida, and so I decided to be outside for a little bit today. And while I was doing my devotions this morning, I felt God speak to me about just my current situation. So I don't know if some of you know, but I've been dealing with a lot of things this year with us losing the baby and my fibroids and that big surgery. And then recently I've had some tingliness and numbness in my face and my arms and my legs. Just weird stuff happening. And you know, when those things happen and they don't stop happening, it's really easy to become discouraged. And when I woke up this morning, I felt a little discouraged. I went to my husband and I was like, babe, I feel so discouraged this morning. I'm not even kidding you. And we prayed, and I was like, I know I need to go downstairs and get into my Bible and spend some time with God. So that's what I did. And now I'm here with you now after that moment. So yesterday we went to the beach, and as we were walking towards the beach, there was a lot of construction going on. And so I told my husband, man, just look at it. It's kind of gross. There's trash everywhere, and there's, the buildings, they're not finished, so they don't look appealing to the eyes. But then I was like, but just think about it. Even though during this process of construction, eventually there'll be a beautiful product in the end, this beautiful building or beautiful parking structure or whatever they were making by the beach that we went to yesterday. And so as I said that, and then this morning as I'm reading my devotions and reading God's Word, He really helped me just kind of align that with my life right now, and just said, Aisha, the things that you're going through right now, yes, they're discomforting, yes, they seem gross and not fun, but just think about the end product and what I have planned for you. And so those people who are building, those construction workers who are building that project, whatever they're building, maybe a beautiful new apartment complex, they trust the plans of the architects, right? That they have the plans they've been given, and then they say, okay, these are the plans, let's do it. And every time they leave, from that construction site and the finished product hasn't come together just yet, they don't leave discouraged. They're like, we have a plan, it's right here, and we're gonna go for it, and eventually will be beautiful, but right now we're just working towards it because we trust in these plans that we've been given. And I don't know how many of you heard this verse, but it's Jeremiah 29:11, and we talked a little bit about it with my girls, and it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. And so as I thought about the architect plans and then the construction workers, God's like, I have a plan for you too, Aisha. You have to trust in my plans, right? You can't just look at your situation right now in this little, through this little tiny hole and just see what's going on. You have to trust in that I have something great planned for you. And even though it may stink for a little bit, even though the process is not pretty, eventually you know that it will be something beautiful and God will get the glory for it. And I know some of you probably are feeling that way right now with the world is at this current state with the virus and racism, all of that. And maybe some of you have lost loved ones. Right now, it stinks. And I don't know, right now it just stinks. That's all I can say. That's the best kind of description I can give to you right now about it. God's like, trust in my plans and trust in me. That you have to keep fighting this fight called life. You have to keep fighting against racism. You have to keep fighting against the attacks of the enemy, you know, depression, anxiety, grief. Some people are going through just grief of, you know, just anything, you know, just they've lost someone that they love, and the enemy wants to discourage you, and he wants to distract you from seeing the big picture, the big plan, right? Our architect's plan, right? God, his plans for you. Don't let him distract you. Don't let him discourage you. Keep fighting this fight of faith, and keep going on and being encouraged in God's word and his promises, because his promises won't fail you. So before I finish, my loving husband actually shared some verses with me when I kind of was like, oh, I feel so discouraged right now. I actually realized he sent me verses right before I started recording. So let's take a look at Joshua 1:9, and it says, "This is my command, be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Then we're going to hop on to Isaiah 40:31. And this is my grandma's favorite verse. "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and they will not faint." And then the last verse I wanted to share with you, this is one of my favorite verses. It says, "Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand." So in this building process that you're going through right now, in this construction process, trust in his righteous right hand, knowing that he'll give you strength to get through this process, and that eventually that a beautiful, you know, story of your life will just to be able to see it. So that's all I have to share, and I love you guys so much. Ballet Grace Fet, we meet tomorrow at 6:30, so if you guys would like to hop on to our Zoom, please do. And on Tuesday, we're actually having an art party, so a painting party, and one of our friends is leading that out. She's a beautiful artist, and we can't wait to just share some time together. But until then, I'll see you. I love you so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye.